Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this exciting episode of Vanilla Minecraft with Zaffageek and...
Labrangle.
Okay, the reason why we're talking like this, you can see on my screen, there's a zombie right next to my bed. I'm not wake... Oh, he's dead. Oh, there's a spider behind you. You gain your XP.
Hello to this very action-packed version of Minecraft Vanilla.
Yes. Oh, by the way, if we just continued on with the clays and everything,
Yes.
we would have had enough experience by now to make a possible fortune axe or shovel. Because I'm on level 23 already, just by the way. It's like, oh shit.
Yes.
Yeah, but anyway, we're not talking about lives lost. We're talking about... We finished some thing, the management games. And now we are moving on to first-person shooters, I guess.
Revisiting first-person shooters, but not entirely, just in different aspect. I want to talk about Unreal Tournament a little bit. Now, Unreal Tournament has always been a multiplayer first-person shooter, even when it wasn't multiplayer, if you know what I mean. It is, if you weren't playing with other people, you were playing with bots.
Yeah.
That were designed exclusively for the multiplayer aspect of it. It didn't have any story, it didn't have any... Well, that's not entirely true. It did have a story, but it didn't have a hero against the world type of traditional first-person shooter story. It was
Or a hero against the Hell Gates or whatever.
Yeah. It was a tournament. You sign up to a tournament where you shoot other people. Nobody really dies because of the respawners, and it is it's a blood tournament essentially, right?
Yeah.
And the whole premise of the game was all the different styles of multiplayer game. Capture the flag.
Yeah, okay, continue on.
Last man standing, deathmatch, team deathmatch, and all of that, right? What were you saying?
Okay, I would love to hear your thoughts on Unreal Tournament, because I'm participating in the beta right now. The new beta of the new Unreal Tournament.
Ooh.
It's just called Unreal Tournament, essentially. And I would like to what I've experienced. I'll talk to you about what I've experienced in the new Unreal Tournament, based off of your things of what you think has changed about Unreal Tournament over the past couple of years.
Right.
Does that make any sense?
Let us begin. Perfect sense, actually.
Okay.
Let us begin right at the beginning with Unreal Tournament, the original, where you would sign up as a solo into a tournament. You would then do all of the missions, kill each other on deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture the flag. You would sit on facing worlds and just snipe for 30 minutes. You know, we've all done that thing. And then you would progress up the ladder. You would then fight the robots from the Leandri Corporation.
Yes.
And you would then eventually face off against Team Crash with Malcolm. And finally, I think it would be a one-on-one against Malcolm. No, sorry, not Malcolm.
Zan Krieger, yes.
Zan Krieger, yes, who would cheat like a bastard, but yeah.
Actually, Zan Krieger with the last one, I just got him to kill himself a puntload of times.
Yeah.
And once he was like minus 20, I would go, okay, now I can attack him again.
Yeah. Then, so that was Unreal Tournament. Then they came out with Unreal Tournament 2003, which was a fantastic successor. It had a whole bunch of new guns, and it had a whole bunch of new game models as well. They added vehicle combat. They add no, there wasn't any vehicle combat yet, but they added a type of ball game where you would run with a ball, and you
that was amazing. It was called
Bomber Run or Bombing Run.
Something like that, yeah.
Bombing Run, yes, yeah. That was awesome. The only complaint I had at that stage was they took out sniper rifle, replaced it with a crappy lightning gun, and they took out the blade launcher and replaced it with a goo gun. Those were literally the only complaints I had with Unreal Tournament 2003. That was it. It was a fantastic continuation. Oh, and there was one more. The bodies didn't gib properly, but that's not so much a complaint against the game as the available technology at the time, because at that stage, gaming had moved away from the Quake 2 engine onto the new engine that didn't allow for body parts to come apart quite as well. And so the gibbing was a little bit
lackluster.
Not that good, but yeah, it wasn't that great. But that's not so much a complaint against the manufacturers, rather the technology of the day.
Okay.
But those three are literally the only complaints I had with the entire game. I played through the tournament. I set up my team, who always was pathetic and useless, and I ended up having to carry them through the whole fight until right at the end, when you face off against Team Crash and you have to beat up Malcolm and his team, who cheat like bastards. And then finally on hyperspace level, where you have to fight Malcolm on a one-on-one on the spaceship, where he also cheats. Awesome game, awesome continuation. Then the expansion, I don't call it a sequel because it's more of an expansion to 2003, was 2004.
Wasn't it 2007? They didn't make it 2004, I believe.
There was one, but I'm not sure the name.
It was 2000. It was 2003 and then 2007. 2007, according to my knowledge, I might be wrong here, was the continuation. It was essentially the same game, only better coded.
Yes, it was essentially an expansion to
with vehicles.
They added the vehicles. They added the missions. The missions were cool. Where your team had a, I don't know if you remember Wolfenstein Enemy Territory. Sort of objective-based multiplayer.
Yeah.
Where do this, then do this, and then the other team has to defend and stop you from doing that. And whoever wins in the shortest amount of time wins the match. So it will be a case of build a bridge. Destroy the power plant, go for the core and destroy it. And then the other team have to try and stop you from doing that. And then it would be reversed and the other team gets a chance to do it, and whoever does it in the fastest time wins.
Yeah.
That was awesome. They brought back the sniper rifle, which was awesome. However, the blade gun seems to be gone forever, unfortunately, but the goo gun seems like it's here to stay. Then the vehicle combat was amazing. The vehicles were awesome. You had the Panther, which was like a hovercraft thing with blades on the edges that shot plasma balls, I think.
Yeah.
You had the Scorpion, which was a buggy that had these fold-out blades, and it would shoot link gun type things that you could wrap around stuff. And then there was the Jeep. I can't remember what the Jeep's name was, but it had the shock cannon on the back.
Yeah.
3-man crew. Then there was the tank, the Goliath, which was insane. And
oh man, I want to go back and play that now. Yeah.
And driving around in the Goliath is like being a red shirt on the old Star Treks, because you don't survive for long. You'll do a lot of damage, but yeah, it's you're a red shirt when you're in a Goliath. Then there was the helicopter plane thing. What was it called? The hover plane.
Yeah, the plane. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Amazing aerial combat.
With you. Yes, that was awesome. And then obviously the big daddy, the Leviathan, that you deploy and it just one-shots nodes. Okay, so if whoever gets in the Leviathan with 5 people wins the match. It was awesome. It was really, really amazing. Then Unreal Tournament 3 came out, and I'm sad to say that was a horrible disappointment. They downplayed the tournament thing. In fact, they took the tournament away entirely. What you have is this one faction fighting against another faction in the real world. There's no tournament, but they're using tournament physics, and they're straining to explain why it's important to use capture the flag to gain territory. And
that's the thing. I never.
stretched.
Okay, cool. I've never played 3, so I'm happy with that. I've never played Unreal Tournament 3, so I don't know. Bleh. If you were unimpressed with it, then I would probably be too.
If they didn't do it the way they did, and they just kept with the tournament format where you could unlock characters, where you could build your team, where you could develop yourself, it would have been fine. But they've got this map-based objectives where go here, play capture the flag because it's important, because if you capture enough flags, we will win this power plant. And then we can attack this territory where you can do a vehicle combat or a deathmatch or whatever, blah, blah, blah. It is so strained on trying to give explanations why spawners exist, why capture the flag exists.
Oh, yes, no, I have played that. Yeah, they try to explain everything. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, and you only play as one team, and there's like this backstory where it's just so not Unreal Tournament. And I found it to be highly disappointing. And aside from that, the gameplay was cool, but it didn't add anything. It had all the guns, all the vehicles from Unreal Tournament, or the one just before it, 2007 or 2004, 2000, whatever. But it didn't bring anything new to the game. It messed up the format of the tournament, and you're not even in a tournament anymore, and it was highly disappointing. There was a certain level of character customization, but your choices were absolutely limited to 3 factions. You could be a robot, you could be a Necrus, or you could be a Reaper. And that was it, or whatever, or a Ronin, sorry, not a Reaper.
A Ronin, yes, a Ronin, yeah.
It's just, it would have been so much cooler if they just kept with the tournament format. But yeah, so I was sadly disappointed in 3.
Okay.
Now, what is your experience with the beta of Unreal Tournament?
Well, I'm saying it as if it's some privileged thing. It's anyone can join the beta at the moment. Anyone. If your PC can handle Unreal Tournament, the beta, or the new beta, you can play it. That's it. There's no...
Yeah.
Because the premise of the thing is by the fans, for the fans.
Uh-huh.
So they opened the beta up with like 4 maps that was fan-created.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe with 1 map that was created by the developers. But the rest was fan-created. And... but essentially it's like, it's fan-created, we don't have all the textures you want, but here, let's play it this way. So it's essentially, imagine this Minecraft world, right? Where you're at. Right? To explain to the viewers, imagine this Minecraft world. Now, you've got the buildings and everything as you can see around you, right? But everything is a shade of... Everything is not textured, so it's solid pieces, and everything's like a shade of this wood here. Like this wood here. So it's not like the lines, it's just the color. Take the base color you can see on the wood planks, and everything's that shade. But the buildings exist, and the physics exist, and everything. They have the sniper rifle, and I must say it's awesome. They have the Reaper gun?
Redeemer! Yes, the Redeemer, the money nuke.
They have the Redeemer, and I can tell you now, without a shadow of a doubt, it controls even better in secondary fire mode than the other games.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, on that point, it's a point I forgot about the previous iterations of Unreal Tournament. They added a second Redeemer-style weapon, the ion cannon, which was so freaking amazing. And it also just fell out in 3.
Okay, yeah. So far, there's no real modes, there's no real vehicles, and I mean, I've played this game about 2 weeks ago. If they added vehicles, I'm sorry guys, I didn't know that. But there's no vehicles yet, there's no... Basically, the only modes that exist is capture the flag, and deathmatch, and team deathmatch, and insta-gib, which... I'm not a fan of insta-gib.
I've always liked insta-gib. I've always loved insta-gib.
I've loved...
It's always been an alternative.
The funny thing is, I loved Quake's Instagib more, Corkscrew.
Yeah.
I was more a fan of that type of Instagib. The Unreal Tournament thing, because the Quake 3 engine allowed for a lot of Twitch-based shooting, right?
Yeah.
Where Unreal Tournament, it didn't feel like that. Like, it didn't feel, for me personally, it didn't feel like a Twitch-based... Like, you just look around the corner, shoot, and you run away, and you miss them because it's too precise. With Quake, there was literally, like, maybe 2 or 3 pixels you can miss them by, and you'd still hit them, and they'll be dead. With Unreal Tournament, it felt like you had to be precise. And that, I think, was the thing...
That was always the thing with the Instagib, is it was the lightning gun, which is instant fire. It's not... the bullets don't have... Or the projectile or the damage thing does not have a travel time, which means where you aim, you shoot.
Yeah.
But it is a very small hitbox. That's always been the thing with the Instagib, and the reload time is too fast to make a mistake.
But that's like that's fun. I like that. That's the thing. I like first-person shooters. That's my main game. Always has been. Always will be. If you could give me a choice between first-person shooter and almost any game out there currently, I would probably go for first-person shooter.
Mine has always been the RPG thing.
Really, for me, just the first-person shooter it's a bit of mindless fun. It's like your, what's it called, guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I get you.
I don't have to think in a first-person shooter. I go ahead, I kill stuff, and I enjoy, and I go on with the rest of my life. RPG, it's like, cool, I need to... Like, currently I'm streaming Fallout 2, and on stream. By the time you watch this video, it'll probably be Fallout 3, I don't know. But I'm currently streaming Fallout 2, and it's amazing. And I'm literally sitting there going, after every stream, I'm like, maybe I should play a bit off camera. Maybe I should... I wake up in the mornings and go, oh man, I wonder what awaits for me in Fallout 2, but I'll only play it on stream, right? So, with the first-person shooters, you do it. You play it for 2-3 hours, and you continue on with the rest of your life. Like in Wolfenstein, storyline was cool and everything, especially the new Wolfenstein, the Old Blood. It was cool. Storyline was cool and everything, but I was like, yeah, I can take a cool break. I can take a good break from this, because, again, I killed a couple of Nazis, and then I continue on with the rest of my life, you know?
That's the thing, is our role-playing games have always been incredibly taxing. You don't play them to relax, you play them to immerse yourself. So if you're looking for a little bit of relaxation, stay away from role-playing games. I remember my stint with Oblivion lasted about 2 years, and I did so much in that game, and it was a hard work. It was really hard work, and it's not a case of pick up, kill some stuff, and walk away. And that was the appeal of Unreal Tournament, is that you could literally just sign up for a quick deathmatch or whatever. Yeah. Kill some bots, have some fun, you know, and walk away. And I feel they lost that in 3.
Yeah, and
look, you've still got the option, but still it doesn't feel right.
Yeah. And on that note of killing bots and having options, we fortunately have the option to end this recording and continue another recording. So thank you guys for watching. I need to still find a name for this. Probably by the time you watch this video there will be a name, but I still need to find a name for this series of Minecraft. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Who's this video going out to?
Cynthia.
Cynthia?
Cynthia. All the Cynthias out there, this video is for you.
There we go. And until next time, you should have a good one.